part of theater in general pushes you so far out of your like comfort level. When I started theater, I was only in 7th grade. I think maybe 6th grade was the first time I did anything with AWIP, which was
You were 11.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 11-year-old baby Hannah did High School Musical, and that was like when I'd go to a restaurant and wouldn't order my own food. I'd be like, Mom, can you order for me? I don't want to talk to this random stranger. And then it was like, okay, I'm just going to go be in this show and play someone and do it in front of a big audience. And doing the summer workshop, which way back then, there were very few of us in it, and the audience was small, and it was the most terrifying thing I'd ever done. But I couldn't get enough of it after that, and I wanted to be an Annie, which was an even bigger thing for me, and it was absolutely terrifying, but I loved every second of it. And I think that's something that theater really did for me. It showed me that fear doesn't mean it's bad for you. Fear isn't something that you should shy away from. It's something that's going to help you grow.
One thing that I remember a lot about being a freshman was that, or not even a freshman, I was in middle school for my first production, and Allison Macbeth was the leader of my group, and she was super nice to me. She had a solo in the show. She was always, you know, caring for everyone, but she seemed so out of reach, like someone that I would never be able to relate to. And as the years went on, I realized that, you know, I was turning into one of the big kids or whatever, and it's crazy to see how much you grow. Like, you might think now, oh, I'll never be able to sing a solo, oh, I'll never be able to memorize more than 5 lines. You can, and you will, because you're going to keep learning, and your experiences are going to change so much over these few years. And I know, like, from my experience, being a part of AWIP and being with all these people is going to help you gain, you know, all these things that you didn't think you would ever have. And it's just a place where you can feel safe and you can feel happy with the people that you're around. So
one of my favorite memories with AWIP is probably some of the extra events that they put on. So recently we had a sock hop, and that was very fun. You know, we had Mr. Wilson as the DJ. It was very good. And so we got to all dress up, and we all just kind of got to get together and talk, and, you know, I met some new people, and it was really nice.
Okay, so one of my favorite memories was actually around this time last year. Salt and Light had been doing okay at gigs, like we weren't that great. And then we went to Barrington, and the entire group just felt like a family the whole day. And the best part was we were so early that we got to go on the playground that they had in the yard, and we just all were together. Like, we were a group. Even though, you know, not all of us got along all the time, we just bonded so much in those like 2 hours before our gig that we went out there and we did our gig, and it was like moving. Like, the whole thing was insane. The youth leader was like asking us questions after, because he just wanted to hear more of what we had to say. And that was like such an experience. Like, I was just actually talking to my sister about it yesterday, about how much I miss that, like just being with everyone and feeling like a family. So
we ought to leave you alone. You probably need to rest. Come on, everyone. Wait, don't leave!
didn't lose anybody there. I'm having a little bit of connection issues because the internet is just amazing. But my name is Miss Jen, and I am the director of Illuminate. And thank you for joining me on this virtual open house. I'm hoping to give you kind of an overall idea of what we are, who we are as a company, where we've been. If you were just watching those videos that I was playing kind of as an intro, I was just watching them, and it's just very heartwarming to see where we've been, the community that has been formed, but it's also a little hard to see those videos, and I never would have thought that I would miss that kind of community and close-knit community that we had as much as I do. But I am very excited that we have been working hard over the summer to try to create that same atmosphere that we have been giving for 8 years, while still maintaining social distancing and following the CDC guidelines and the state regulations that we need to follow as a nonprofit. So, but before I go into all of those details, just a little bit about myself for anyone who doesn't know. So I basically have done theater my whole life, not even kidding. I was in a theater company in Worcester from the time I was 5 all the way through high school. I went to UMass Amherst for theater. After graduating, I went on some national tours, and I lived in New York for a couple of years. I got to work for Disney Theatricals, which they were running The Lion King. They still are, well, whenever Broadway's back, they do The Lion King and all of those amazing musicals. I got to work with those teams on Broadway, and that was a really great experience. When I moved home, my whole life I had wanted to run a theater company, so the steps just kind of fell into place when I started teaching theater to homeschoolers, and I could not believe what these kids were able to do. They just ate up everything that I threw at them. So the more I taught the homeschool community, the more I wanted to give to them because the kids were so amazing. And next thing you know, a Work in Progress Productions has started. But before I go into that, because there's a whole little presentation on the company itself, I wanted to introduce you to some of the rest of the team that the kids will be interacting with and that you will be interacting with. So I'm going to play a couple of videos. The teachers did videos of just introducing themselves, so I will go through those. Not everybody got their videos to me, or they had trouble getting them to me, so I will take care of the people who are not represented. But here we go. First up is Catherine Sherrod.
Hi, my name's Catherine Sherrod, and I'm the administrative assistant here with Illuminate. It's my second year on staff and the third year that my family's been involved with the company. I have 5 kids, so you'll see us around. And so my job, I can help you with your class questions, your registrations, scheduling, things like that. So if you need to drop a class, or if you want to talk about maybe what level of a class, different, if your kids are between age groups, then I can help you with that. So I look forward to meeting everyone who's new and seeing everybody who's coming back. Welcome, and looking forward to a great year.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie LaFond, and I am your Illuminate costume designer. Just a little background on me. My family has been involved with previously known as AWIP for I think more than 5 years. My children have been involved in everything. We're kind of a fixture around here. They're 7, 9, 11, and 13. And we've been involved in a little bit of everything along the way. A few years back, Miss Jen asked me if I was interested in becoming the bookkeeper for the company. And I've been doing that for a few years. And then last year, with Mrs. Macbeth transitioning out of her role as costume designer, I expressed interest in that job and was able to work on Beauty and the Beast, which was really exciting and challenging, but I think came out pretty well. So excited to see what this new year will bring. I know it's going to feel a little bit different this year, but I'm going to try to make sure you guys look as great as always. And anything I can do to help with that, I'm always available. Email me anytime with any questions, and we'll figure this out together. So excited to get started, and good luck, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lamb, and I am teaching stage management this semester. I have a degree in theater technology from WPI. I've also been working as the stage manager for our main stage shows and our junior production shows for the past 5 years or so. Stage management is basically making sure that everything that ends up being on the stage looks exactly how the director wanted it to look. So we work closely with the director and the designers and the people who actually build and hang the lights, build the sets and hang the lights. And in my class, kids will learn how to do that, how to negotiate with people, how to keep track of all the records and the paperwork, and basically how to run a show. So I hope to see you all there.
Hi, my name is Michelle Mcwilliams, and this is my 3rd year on staff here at Illuminate. This fall, I will be teaching the creative dance classes as well as being a choreographer for the main stage production. I've been dancing ever since I was a young girl. My teacher gave me the opportunity to start teaching my own classes when I was just a teen, and I went on to pursue a degree in dance when I went to college. After college, I taught at a local dance studio, and now I'm here teaching. What to expect for creative dance, it will be just like a basic jazz class, except for that we'll be adding character to the movement. So they'll learn basic jazz technique, and then from there we'll either play a certain character, or we'll say, what would this movement look like if you were mad, or maybe you're sad. So we'll be playing with emotion and character while learning jazz dance technique. I would recommend that they wear comfortable clothing and also a good pair of sneakers. Even if it's raining, I ask that you pack a dry pair of shoes just in case they slip or fall. I know that's an extra thing to pack, especially with the pandemic going on, but I just would love them to be safe and comfortable while they're moving. I cannot wait to get started, so I will see you all guys next week. Bye.
Hi, my name is Catherine Ade, and I am excited to be teaching music theory classes to ages 8 through 12 and 12 through 18 this year with Illuminate. I am a classically trained pianist. I've been teaching private piano lessons for over 20 years. I have recently started a virtual piano studio over Zoom, and I love music theory. And so the idea behind these classes is we're going to start at the very basics of music theory so that your students can have a good understanding and a good foundation. But not only will we be learning the basics of music theory, we're going to be putting that work into action, and we're going to be writing our own compositions with every little bit of music theory that we learned. So it should be a great time. It'll be all online, and we'll be able to screen share and share the music that we are writing, as well as interacting with one another while we learn some basic music fundamentals. I believe theory is really so important, and a musical formation and understanding what it is that you're playing or performing, especially for those that want to go into writing their own music. So I'm really excited to meet your students and to work with you all this year.
Hi, my name is Joy Capadano, and I'll be teaching nature drawing for ages 12 to 18 this semester. I have 5 kids. I live in Attleboro, and this will be my 5th year homeschooling. I went to UMass Dartmouth for art education and got a really great foundation in drawing while I was there. This class in particular will be focusing on studying the unique textures, shapes, and lighting that we see in nature, as opposed to structure drawing or figure drawing. I'm hoping that this will lead to an inspiration for a lifetime. It certainly has for me. I still love to create things inspired by nature. I work a lot in pencil and watercolor because that fits my lifestyle right now. This class will be outside, fortunately, and we'll get to study what's right in front of us. So please think of hat and a sunblock, a snack, and definitely water. So I'm looking forward to teaching your students.
So yeah, we have some pretty incredible instructors that are working with us, and I just feel so blessed just to I want to take these classes because they just sound so amazing to me. We had a couple videos that didn't get through in time for this live stream, so I will introduce Nicole Cannella, who is teaching our living literature classes this year. She's also teaching creative writing and musical history through musicals. And her classes, all of them are filling up. So if you wanted a spot in one of her classes, you do need to, and in fact, all of the classes, you've got to jump on that. So Nicole Cannella has been teaching with us for 7 years now, so almost since the beginning. And she is a local author. She's got a couple of books that you can look up online. You can go on Amazon right now and search Nicole Cannella and see the books that she's written. She's also in a lot of commercials. She's doing a lot of, she's been in film, play. She's kind of done it all. And but the thing about Nicole is that she has this warm, encouraging personality that the students just love her classes. Anything that she teaches, whether it's Candy Creative from last year or creative writing or anything in between, her classes will fill right up because she just encourages them so much and sees their potential and kind of draws that out of them. Her classes are really great for beginners. Living literature is a new class for us this year. It's basically, they're going to take characters from classical literature and they're going to bring them to life through monologues and exploring these characters from literary works so that they can really understand them to portray them in improvs. And so hopefully I got that right. And I will upload her video as soon as I have it. It's still downloading. Yay, internet. The other person is Brian Arnold. He is our photography teacher, and he has a local photography studio in Norton, so you can look him up as well, and they're on our instructor page on the website. Brian has taught at Grace Baptist Christian Academy for a while, and as well as some other places, and he has worked with lots of companies in Providence and all around with commercial photography and videography. So pretty excited to have him on board teaching photography to our older kids. So I think I got everybody. Except, I'm looking at my little list here. So I started teaching when I was 15, and you heard, if you listened to Michelle's video, she also started teaching when she was a teenager. And I have a very firm belief that if a teenager has been immersed in some kind of subject since they were younger, like dance, then absolutely they are capable of teaching younger students. And that builds the teenagers' experience as well. So we have a pretty big internship program at Illuminate where we encourage teenagers to get involved and intern and plug in, and they can work their way up to instructing classes as a student teacher. The student teachers are kind of under an umbrella of one of the other supervisors, but usually they can handle, they're good on their own. So we have 2 videos right now. I have Megan and Luke, and here you go.
Hi, my name is Megan Lamb. I'm going to be teaching ballet. I've been dancing for 13 years, so I've been doing ballet seriously since I was 9. I've taught a tap class previously here at Illuminate, and it went pretty well. I had fun. The kids had fun. It was great. I love having fun with the kids. They're great. Yeah, it's Thank you.
Hello, I'm Luke Smith. I am teaching the Picasso Junior art class this semester. I've been into art my whole life, but in the last 2 years I got into painting, and I've been painting ever since. I can't wait to paint with the kids this semester, and I hope they enjoy the class. Thank you.
I have to also mention Megan was being pretty humble, but she is now. Oh, I wish Melissa was on this. I forget what it's called with the Festival Ballet, but she was just accepted to a pretty high position with the Festival Ballet, and she just spent a year at the Nutmeg Conservatory. So she knows ballet, and the kids love her when she's teaching. I forgot to mention Sandy Churchill. We just added her as an instructor of the Picasso art class, which is going to be all online. So she has years of experience teaching art and other subjects, and she also teaches on OutSchool. So she's really familiar with the whole online instruction. So yeah, you can find them all on our website. And all right, I want to say any questions. I think there's a way to take comments on this live stream thing, but you guys can try. You can comment. I'll see if it comes through. I'm still new at this live stream software that I have here. But I'm going to go into a presentation about the company. Hold on. All right, just making sure that you can see. Let me move my screen. There we go. All right, so we just went through a name change. So a lot of you might have known us as A Work in Progress Productions. And we decided, why not change the name during the pandemic? That's actually not why we did it, but the pandemic coincided with us changing our name, which was in process. Hold on. Hold on here. Trying to figure out how I do this. Yeah, I was having trouble earlier with my presentation because it did not want to, you know, the whole internet thing. Let me see here. I'm going to come back to just me for a second, and I will work this out. Okay, I think we're fine. I'm missing some slides, but we will all live without those slides. So, okay, here we go. Sorry about that. What I wanted to tell you was a little bit about our name change. So if you can see right there in the, right there in our logo, the two L's are like lights beaming up. And that is a nod to our old logo, which you might know was the lights beaming up as a Work in Progress Productions. The reason for that, and I just want you to know as you're coming on board with this company, is that we believe that all of us have been given gifts in the arts, and as a company, we're trying to cultivate those gifts in the students and give them opportunities to explore things that maybe they didn't even know that they were gifted in art or dance the way that they are. And a lot of times people have this idea about classes in the arts like acting, that it's somehow you getting out in the spotlight and kind of showing off. But we have an approach that's more changing that perspective. It's using our gifts to shine them back out to the world and to make a difference with the talents that we have been given. So that's kind of like the story behind our logo and our name even. So, and that's in our mission statement as well. So we started out with only about 15 kids. We did 2 classes and 1 show in our first year. And we didn't really know what we were doing, but that got us started. Off we went. We had this huge stage, and then next thing you know, we have more kids joining. And from the beginning, we wanted to make sure we offered classes in all areas of the arts. And it was important to me that we hired instructors who were professionals in their field or had degrees in their field, or otherwise they had the expertise to really teach these classes well. And we have had that, as you saw it in those videos. We have everything from on stage with music and acting and dance to backstage, where you can see here with the sewing and the tech. Obviously, COVID has changed a lot of things, and I will get into that, but I just wanted to introduce you to the company in general. Our productions are normally massive, as you can see with these pictures. We pull out all the stops from tech to the light design, the costumes, props, acting, everything. We really pour everything into our productions, and if you've seen one of them, we have been told that our productions rival those that go to the PPAC, like a touring company. So we really try to give these kids everything that we have, because we believe that their gifts and talents deserve that kind of highlighting. And when arts are done really well, it can really impact those in the audience, even through a pandemic. So yeah, there's a couple more. This was Newsies. I have to update this slideshow. I don't have Beauty and the Beast in here. So we also try to offer, one of the things that people really like about us is that we have an environment that encourages students to build community and work together. So even though we have these big productions that I'm showing you, and everything's smaller this year anyway, but we are always trying to make sure that the kids get to know each other, that they are forming a community, and that they're not isolated. So we also have Salt and Light is our performance outreach team. It's a way for the older kids to serve the community using their gifts in the arts. So they actually go to schools, they go to youth groups, they go to food pantries, nursing homes. This is all normal in pre-COVID times and after the pandemic too. And they share encouraging messages using music or acting. So that's been a really fun thing that we've had. We also have a great volunteer program. If you're interested in volunteering, we do need volunteers in many ways, and you can do volunteer jobs from home, and we offer discounts on classes for the volunteers. We have an internship program where students can earn credit towards classes while assisting with classes. So there's an application online for that as well. I'm going to show you a little bit of this video. It's just a minute or two. This is a way for me to show you how we are in public buildings. We don't have our own building yet. Someday, I hope we will. But right now we are renting space from Centenary, which is the church where our classes are being held, and that hosts the Hebron Food Pantry downstairs. So I just want everyone to understand, and this was one of the waivers that you filled out. If you register for classes, you'll fill out a waiver, just kind of understanding that there are other people in the building. And even right now during COVID times, we have worked really closely with the Hebron Food Pantry in particular, to make sure that we are still following the guidelines, still social distancing, and we're pretty excited. We tried it out last week during our audition week, and we were able to manage sharing the space while being safe and still following all of the guidelines and regulations. So let's see, what do we have?
I'm a music appreciation teacher here at Tolman, so I'd say it's about 5 years since.
This is a little bit about Tolman. Unfortunately, we are not going to be at Tolman this year. Tolman is the stage that we use for our productions.
Salt and Light is on stage with my chorus, and
we have to
singing.
think outside the stage this year for our production.
They're singing a song.
But it does give you a good idea of how we have been working with all of the places that we went from. And this is Salt and Light.
My name is Stephanie Harwood. I'm a junior. I definitely enjoy when they come into the classroom like during the school day, because it's a good like break from our everyday like routine. And, like we all get to let loose and like actually laugh at each other, which is like it's hard for us to do here. We're all like very serious and like think everyone's judging us. But I feel like they take that away when we do like fun games like that. Like they're just very upbeat and they make us feel like more comfortable, like letting go. And even when they're not here, like Miss Raymond will bring them up in class or something, we're all like, oh yeah, that was fun, or I enjoyed that. I'm just really grateful that they love working with us so much, because I know sometimes like people in our classes, even like myself, we get like very in our own bubble and like don't necessarily are like over exuberant to like participate in some of the things that they do, but they always like, they just make us feel like we can be ourselves.
item off of every shelf.
Here's the food.
All right, so I will just, we've got tomatoes. My name is Michelle Birch. I am the director of food pantries here at Hebron Food Pantry. We run 2 food pantries on Thursday evenings from 5 to 8. We run the working person's food pantry. People need to be working or on current unemployment. Most of our food we get is from the Greater Boston Food Bank, so we get a big variety of food for people to take home. Salt and Light, I know, has been coming here about 3 years. A Thursday night, we get about 150 to 170 families. They come in and set up outside so that the people in line, have something to do instead of just stand in lines. The people that come downstairs after you guys have been outside singing and, serving hot chocolate, or sometimes in the summer it's a cold drink. It just puts everybody in a good mood. They're, I think, very happy that young people would take the time to come and, do that for them. It makes them happy, makes us happy, makes everything down here go smooth. It's been a really good thing for us.
So yeah, I think that is a great way for us to show you that we have been working with Hebron Food Pantry for years now. They are wonderful people, and obviously they took a big hit this year as well with the pandemic. They were outside all summer long, and now we're working with them to make sure that they can still serve the community and we can all be safe and socially distant. They're wonderful people. All right, so if you decide to register for classes, these are the different ways that we communicate with you. We do have a class page on our website with information for those that are registered for classes. We have a Facebook group where you can, I have it up right here. Oops. We have a Facebook group. That's me talking with someone about fundraising. So the Facebook group will also have some posts on it. I will put this video on there today. And yeah, we also will have a bulletin board on location, but you guys won't be able to come in. So some of these are old slides. But we have a weekly newsletter that goes out, and you will have to check your promotions or your junk folder because that's where it goes. So it is a little hard for us to reach people, but we do send those newsletters every week with updated communication about everything. We normally have a lot of fundraising going on. We are a nonprofit, and we have lost a lot of money, as with a lot of other nonprofits, especially theater companies. So we will be getting information out to you about different fundraising, shout outs that you can put in our production program. Okay, I'm back. My internet is not happy with me. So let me just fly through this. Bookkeeping, we pay through our Jackrabbit system, and Jackrabbit is how you will register for classes. For those of you that don't know, you can go right on our website. Whenever you click to register, it'll take you to Jackrabbit, but you're not committed to anything until you enroll in a class. So you can go ahead and go on our register site and poke around, and you don't have to worry about getting enrolled in anything. You have to actually enroll for that to happen. So we also have new updated payment policies for this year. So you'll want to read all of that information as far as we're going to be taking monthly payments instead of having all of it posted to your account right off the bat. So everything is online. We want to make sure that you don't give me or anyone in the building cash. We are not handling cash at all. So it's just all through the Jackrabbit system. We do have an option for you to apply for scholarships. We also offer sibling discounts and volunteer discounts, like I was mentioning before. And we have a way for you to offset tuition by participating in a fundraiser. I'll see if this opens. We are working with Double Good, which they have gourmet popcorn, which is pretty great. We've tried it out. And this system works we tried it. It's got an app, so it's a little awkward for you as the person selling. You have to download an app, but you will get a link out to your family and friends. They will buy this popcorn. It's shipped directly to them, and that way we don't have any contact. So this is a no contact fundraiser, and what a percentage of what you raise will get applied towards your tuition. So if you're interested in that, we'll have ways for you to sign up, and we'll know that you want to be part of that. So we also have, this is pre-COVID, of course, we have social groups. We have groups that have formed outside of the company, and this is an old slide. It says AWIP, Illuminate is social too. And these were just opportunities for kids to go on field trips, go to amusement parks. That's what this picture is. We used to do corn mazes, but obviously a lot of that is different right now with COVID. So yeah, that is a lot about the company. That's an overview of the company itself, and I know you're very anxious to hear about COVID and how we're going to manage our classes. I think what I'm going to do is have a separate video for the check-in and check-out procedure, just because some people are watching this that aren't even registered for classes. So I will do that when my internet's a little bit better. But I will show you a video of how we're going to be doing the check-in process. Basically, students will enter the building, and as you might have read, we are doing masks. We are basically following the guidelines and regulations similar to a dance studio, where the students enter with masks, all the staff have masks on, and social distancing. And when they get to their spot in the room, everybody's going to have their own spot where they can put their belongings. And those spots will all be socially distant, probably more than 6 feet apart. The rooms we have are massive, so there's lots of room, lots of space. And when they're in their socially distant spot, they will be able to take a mask break. But when they are closer in the center, say for dance, then they would have to pull their mask up. So we did have auditions last week. We had a whole week of rehearsals, and we had about 40 kids in 2 different groups, and we were able to make it work, even when it was hot. It takes getting used to, but we got through it, and we were able to still play improv games and get to know each other and learn songs and dances, even with the social distancing, and yes, even with the masks. So we are pretty excited that I was talking to a customer. I work at Starbucks part-time, and the other day I was talking to a customer about our plans, and she said, you're making history. I'm like, really? And she said, yeah, because, you're putting out a production during this time, but still following all of the guidelines and the regulations. And it is pretty exciting. It's a little scary for all of us. We are all in this pandemic together, but it's also amazing to see everybody working together, the students, the staff, and you guys, the families, to give these kids an opportunity to keep exploring their gifts, to keep, working with other people. So I'm going to show you the check-in video, and you can see our little actors demonstrating how we will do things. Okay, hi, I am here, and I've got a couple of actors with me. we are going to walk through the process of how you will be checking in at Centenary for classes and for the main stage. So I have my actors here. You guys can all wave. Yes, there we go. All right. And Mrs. Lamb is waiting inside to be the check-in person. So off we go. Good morning. Go ahead. You can go in. Can I have your name? Calvin. Okay, you have a green. Here's your name tag. Head on up to your spot. You can put your belongings on your chair. And that is your spot. Thank you very much. You may take a dramatic. He has a real heavy bag. He has a very heavy bag. Hi, darling. Could I have your name, please? Mia. All right, I just have to look to make sure you're on my list. Mia, there you are. Here's your name tag. Go ahead. Hi, can I have your name? Mark. Mark. Oh, you're also green. Here you go. Go find your chairs. Wow, that is your spot, and that is your spot for the day. Wow. Hi, can I have your name, please? It's Leah. Oh, honey, I'm afraid that something happened with your form and it's not filled out quite right. Could you have a seat in the waiting chair while I call your mom? Hello, Mrs. Sherrod. I see when you filled out the form, you answered that she had a fever yesterday. Oh, that was a mistake? That's not a problem. I can fix that for you right here. Okay, darling, you can go on up into the class. To your chair. Bye-bye. Can I have your name? Mark. Mark. Oh, Mark, I see a red mark next to your name. Could you have a seat right there while I call your mom? Hi, Mrs. Sherrod. I see that you have filled out the form that he had a fever yesterday. Oh, he did? Oh, you think it was because of his asthma? Oh, I'm so sorry. But we are not allowed to let him in if you answered yes to any of the COVID screening questions. You're going to have to return immediately to come and pick him up. I understand. Thank you so much. Bye. I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait for your mom to come and pick you up. You have to go home because you had a fever yesterday. Okay. Hi, honey, can I have your name? Catherine. Catherine. Catherine, your name is here, and you are green, but you don't have a mask on. Oh, my mom didn't give it to me. Oh, that's okay. We have one here that you can use for today, but your mom is going to have to pay for it, so tell your mom that she has it in her account. Okay, thanks. Okay. Well, put it on. All right, go find your spot. Thank you. Okay, I was very into that video. I'm like, wow, Melissa's doing a great job. She was our actor there. The only difference for the classes, that was our main stage check-in process. For the classes, we're actually going to have the table outside for check-in. So that will make things a little bit easier for everybody. And our check-out process is where we will bring the kids outside as well. But I will save that information for those that are actually registered for classes and send it a little bit later. So go ahead and register for classes. They start in a week. And we are just thrilled to be able to offer these opportunities. We are so grateful to the Centenary Church for giving us the use of their spaces. They're massive. The board has approved the purchase of air purification filters. We have these machines that are going to come in and be on in all of the rooms. So we're pretty confident in how we are kind of forging a path through this pandemic. And we can't wait to meet all of you guys. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email us you can use info@illuminateartsco.com, and that will reach me and a couple of the other administrators, and we will be happy to help you out with anything, registration or bookkeeping, whatever it is. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we will see you next week. Bye. Now here's a couple of videos that are just, extra, because why not? If they will play. Maybe they won't play.
I would definitely say that being a part of theater in general pushes you so far out of your comfort level. When I started theater, I was only in 7th grade. I think maybe 6th grade was the first time I did anything with AWIP, which was
You were
high
11.
school. I was 11. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. 11-year-old baby Hannah did High School Musical, and that was like when I'd go to a restaurant and wouldn't order my own food. I'd be like, Mom, can you order for me? I don't want to talk to this random stranger. And then it was like, okay, I'm just gonna go be in this show and play someone and do it in front of a big audience. And doing the summer workshop, which way back then there were very few of us in it, and the audience was small, and it was the most terrifying thing I'd ever done. But I couldn't get enough of it after that, and I wanted to be an Annie, which was an even bigger thing for me, and it was absolutely terrifying, but I loved every second of it. And I think that's something that theater really did for me. It showed me that fear doesn't mean it's bad for you. Fear isn't something that you should shy away from. It's something that's going to help you grow.
One thing that I remember a lot about being a freshman was that, or not even a freshman, I was in middle school for my first production, and Allison Macbeth was the leader of my group, and she was super nice to me. She had a solo in the show. She was always, caring for everyone, but she seemed so out of reach, like someone that I would never be able to relate to. And as the years went on, I realized that, I was turning into one of the big kids or whatever, and it's crazy to see how much you grow. You might think now, oh, I'll never be able to sing a solo. Oh, I'll never be able to memorize more than 5 lines. You can, and you will, because you're going to keep learning, and your experiences are going to change so much over these few years. And I know, from my experience, being a part of AWIP and being with all these people is going to help you gain, all these things that you didn't think you would ever have. And it's just a place where you can feel safe and you can feel happy with the people that you're around. So
one of my favorite memories with AWIP is probably some of the extra events that they put on. So recently we had a sock hop, and that was very fun. We had Mr. Wilson as the DJ. It was very good. And so we got to all dress up, and we all just kind of got to get together and talk, and I met some new people, and it was really nice.
Okay, so one of my favorite memories was actually around this time last year. Salt and Light had been doing okay at gigs, we weren't that great. And then we went to Barrington, and the entire group just felt like a family the whole day. And the best part was we were so early that we got to go on the playground that they had in the yard, and we just all were together. We were a group. Even though, not all of us got along all the time, we just bonded so much in those 2 hours before our gig that we went out there and we did our gig, and it was moving. The whole thing was insane. The youth leader was asking us questions after, because he just wanted to hear more of what we had to say. And that was such an experience. I was just actually talking to my sister about it yesterday, about how much I missed that, just being with everyone and feeling like a family. So